So let's get started. So a little bit about who am I. I am Roberta Avelino. I'm Brazilian from Rio de Janeiro. I'm an industrial engineer, so I did a double degree in PUC and in France, in Brazil. I work for Audi Brussels. I'm proud of the women's at Audi Brussels core team. I'm also super engaged in sustainability, so I'm part of the Resource Efficient, Mission Zero, and core team of Volkswagen Digital Meetup, which are discussions about different topics. So here I like dancing, I like empowering women, I like traveling, and I'm also a mentor for the Women Automotive. So after a few years of self-development, I decided to also share my experience with others. And One Young World Ambassador, core team of STEAM, or Women in Technology of Professional Women International. So to start the day today, I would like to share a little bit about me, a story. So the day of March 30 was really difficult and a day that will always keep in my mind as a life-changing for me. So I'm originally from Istanbul, based in Munich. Okay. Because I received this phone call that really changed my life. This day, my godmother, she passed away, and she was almost my confidence from outside my body, let's say. And then for me, it was really, wow, oh my God. And on top of that, it was a difficult moment in my life where I was feeling without self-esteem. I was in a bad relationship. It was in the middle of COVID. A lot of things were going on at the moment. And yeah, there was really a moment where I said, oh my God, what should I do? And then I just started Audi, and working at Audi was my dream as an engineer. And I was really struggling a lot because I was going to replace a colleague of 40 years experience. So he knew a lot, and the knowledge transfer did not pass as I expected. So after a few weeks, he just left us. He just left us, and well, I'm hearing 2 times. I don't know what's going on. He just left us, and then I need to assume like the start of production. Yeah, like how could we find the new methods to start up the production, respecting all the distance, and yes, I doubt myself a lot, but I had something inside of my heart that I could do. Despite I didn't have enough confidence, I said, okay, I will work hard, and the confidence it will come with the knowledge. And then we could start. We could start the production. And then one day during a work group for the assembly where I was working at the moment, unions, they doubted my capacities, despite that the production was going and everything. And then something that was really important for me and really make me confident, it was the fact that the manager of assembly, he advocated for me. And he said, she's capable. If she's in this position, it's because she's capable and she can make it. So for me, inclusion and confidence is also about, you getting to know more yourself. So all your work with self-development, but also your environment is super important. And that's why I would like to share this metrics with you. It's about uniqueness and appreciation. And then you can have like high value of uniqueness or low value of uniqueness, and then you have like belonging. So if you have a high value of uniqueness, you feel different. You have a big level of differentiation. If you feel not unique and you don't feel part of it, you feel excluded. And I can say that sometimes it's a place where we can easily be, especially when you were from another country or when you were different from all the rest. And then this is a place where I stayed for a long time. Let's say it was like, okay, I need to adapt myself. And I think that a lot of us can also feel the same when you lose a little bit yourself, your uniqueness, let's say, to belong to a place or to a group. But there is no other answer than the inclusion. So when you can be yourself and when you can belong to a place. And how can you do it? Because it seems like, okay, I want to be confident, I want to be feel included, but how can I make it? So in my point of view, how can you make it is, first of all, getting to know yourself, your values and what you're special about. And then you can also work with the environment and show people how you are, how you're feeling in a more vulnerable way. Sometimes you can also not expect that others include you, but you accept you how you are. So this is my team, and I'm super proud to say that I'm part of this team of industrial engineers with all ages, with all genders, and it's been yeah, it's really nice to be part of this team, and like, for me, inclusion is also about you include yourself. And then, but how can you develop your confidence? So the first step is like the motivation. What makes you wake up every day, having this like state of mind of being motivated to do what you do every day? And then your attitudes. What are how you're behaving every day? What are your feelings, your thoughts, and the way that you perceive life? And the discipline, because like confidence is like a muscle. You need to work on it every day a little bit to make it to become a little bit more confident every day. So how can you be, how, like, imagine at your work, like the first day that you arrive at work, you are not so good as you are today. So this is the same for the confidence. A little bit every day you should work, like trying to get out your comfort zone, and then to develop it. And how could you develop it? So I give you here few tips to develop it. So the first one, it's when you're feeling really stressed about like something, you can relax, do a brief exercise, such as like little square. It's like 4 times inhale, 4 times hold, 4 times exhale, and 4 times in the empty. And this is really something that releases stress and can also make you feel more confident to do your tasks and everything that you need to do. Physical activities, exercises, also super important for your confidence, not just to look good, but also for all the hormones and that are free in your immune system. Like reading or listen to music or doing activities that really makes you feel good. Set your limits, like set times to have like a break. So go for a coffee with a colleague, or have your break, like have your lunch, or have a moment to relax is really important. Like, of course, work is important, but also set these times. Like a way of doing it is like Pomodoro. the clock, the tomato clock, that you also have like the focus moment, and then you also have the moment where you can relax. Like it stimulates your creativity, like drawing, painting, working the garden, like everything that can be manually. It can anything that can stimulate your creativity is also good for your confidence, because this helps you to feel better. New places, different people, breaking your routine, just do different things is also a way to become more confident. And here I put like control your emotions, but I would say like learn about emotional intelligence. What are you feeling? How you're feeling? Try to understand this more, and then you also become more confident when you understand. So like here, I would like to do a little bit anecdotes, saying that in your mind we have like two different wolves. We have a good one, and you have the bad one. And the first question is like, it's which one will win the battle? Because in our mind, like positive thoughts, or also all the exercise that the way that you're feeding your confidence is also something that helps you to feel good about it, and also to feel more engaged. And then like feeding this good mindset, it's also something that really helps you. But in another way, you also have this doubting. You also have when you're not feeling good, that you don't feel capable, or who am I to say this? And then you have this bad wolf. And then, like, the one that will win this battle, this internal battle in your mind, is the one that you're gonna feed the most. And then it's up to you to choose which one you're gonna feed. And then my question is, try to think in your daily basis. Are your tendency of being more positive, or your thoughts, like be aware of your inner talk, or you are more of in this like not so good mindset, like pessimist, oh my god, I need to think, you know. And then we should be aware of these two perspectives, and try to bring as much as possible the good, the good one. And then here I will give an example how it works, our belief system. So here it's like our heads. Well, this is just an image. I hope that you also be a little imaginative. And then like our information that we consume is in 5 different senses. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, we can touch. And our mind has like 2 parts: the conscious, where we can use the sense, and the subconscious. And our information, so the things that we hear, which things that you touch, the experience that we have, it's in our logical mind. And our thoughts, let's our 2 wolves, let's say, it's in our subconscious, which is our emotional part. And then of course, in this model, the body, it's much smaller, because it's just to see how it works with our mind. And then like here is an example of a belief that a lot of people constantly hear, and you can also write in the chats which are the different ones that you hear from your family, your colleagues. So for example, this one, money does not grow on trees. So the person starts listen to this information, and then it gets in the conscious when you think, okay, yeah, it's true, there is a sense of it, so you agree with it. And then it generates an emotion inside of you, so you agree with that. And this also can be when you start listen to it many times. So I don't know if someone wrote here like Yeah, you can write in the chat like what are the different expressions that you listen. So here, the unconscious that you agree, and then this is in your subconscious. And then this can also this can be positive and can lead you to an action, but this can also lead you to don't take actions. So for example, in this case, the person say, okay, money does not grow in trees. So it means that the person cannot invest, cannot make more money. And then in this case, this action leads to a negative feeling, a negative action, which is like feeling that she cannot, there is nothing that she can do that will take her to another level. And then the fact that you listen to this again and again in this loop make you start believing on what you're saying. But how can you find your power, right? Because there are different things that will support you in the way that you find your superpower. And then you also, we're gonna find the power that you can bring to your team, let's say, because this is the most important. This is also something that makes part of your confidence, not just working on yourself, know your strengths. This is also super important, but also feeling part of a team where you can show up with your gifts, with your power. And this is what you say. Okay, how can you find your superpowers? So here you have like the intruders, which is the negative inputs that comes from your mind. That's why it's really important to see what are the kind of information that you are consuming. The negative things that other people say, the TV shows, the internet content, especially during like COVID times. I think we also knew that like sometimes we just start to listen to the news and make us to feel so bad. And this also affects the way that we feel, that we interact, let's say. And then sometimes in a more conscious, it's our blockers. So the things that are in our subconscious, our worries, about our negative emotions, like unconstructed behaviors. So, you know, this inner talk that we have, okay, I will not do it, I'm not capable. And then, oh my God, if my boyfriend or my wife will leave me for another guy or another girl, or, you know, these things that does not exist yet. So this can also block you or avoid you to take the next step. And then you have the underminers. And then this is the negative forces that stop 98 of the population to achieving really good results. So this is the procrastination, the apathy, the fear, the self-limiting beliefs. You know, like the same way that the beliefs that we saw before, they can be not good. A good thing that you think can also be something positive in this case. So I will give another example. Well, I already have the no, right? And maybe if I try, I'll have the yes. If you take this as your mantra every time that you're gonna do something, this can be like a positive belief that it's gonna take you into action. And then like how would be great if you could take these three negative forces and then you could use your superpowers. It's possible and we can do it. And how can we do it? It's with the powers. And the powers, it's responsible to making us like perseverance, succeed regarding all difficult experience. So like I said, like we should have like the motivation, the attitude, and also the discipline to do things every day. So So for example, if you'd like to become more confident to speak up or to do a presentation or even to explain something in an easier way in your own work, there's no other way than like start doing it. So this is really this is really important. Okay. To have like this self-belief that you are gonna make it, that you are strong enough. So for example, something that it's also possible, it's the way that you dress up. Sometimes you also have like different kinds of, blazers or something that you say, okay, I feel comfortable, or even a t-shirt, like, okay, I love this t-shirt. I will go to work today with this t-shirt because I will rock everything. So it's really important to find what makes you confident, and also to have like this courage, this inspiration inside of you to say, okay, I can do it. And you need to protect it and try to eliminate as much as possible what we saw before. And then in our mind, like the roles, it will be like this battle. And then but I would also to encourage you, if you say, okay, Roberta, but I don't know where are my superpowers. So I would challenge you to ask your colleagues, your friends, your family, 3 things that you're really good at. Because normally the things that we are good at, we don't even realize that we are good at, because it's so natural that we don't even like know that we are good. And when we ask colleagues or friends, you're gonna say, okay, so that's it. And now because I asked you to take like a paper and a pen, I would like to you think for a moment of confidence that you experience. Like, what happened? Was it your first day at work, or it was like when you did that presentation that you really smashed it, everybody said, oh my God, or it was when you finished like a marathon or a sport, or like any of these things. And then like I would like that you write down this experience and the way that you felt, and how could you be so confident at that moment? And when you're ready, you can write in the chat that you're ready. Okay. I would like also to encourage the people who are watching us to really get in with the camera, or can also cut the camera, but also to participate, because it's also, like I said, one of the things to increase your confidence is also getting to know new people. It's getting out your comfort zone. So I have prepared these breakout rooms for you, that you have the opportunity to discuss and to meet someone from a different place of the world. So let's also take this opportunity. But before that, would you like to say something, or someone would like to share the moments of confidence as well with the others? Someone feel confident to do it? Maya?
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hi.
sure. Okay, so it happened actually just recently. I actually left the automotive, like the corporate world of automotive, just during the pandemic, and I retrained myself as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think during that time, I lost quite a lot of confidence because obviously changed from from a corporate life to self-employed, working from home, was a big change, definitely, especially after 15 years. And then also, I also felt like I didn't know what I was quite doing when I started doing coaching. So there was a lot of confidence just gone completely. And just 2 weeks ago, I submitted my exam for my coaching school, and I feel this confidence slowly coming back. And I'm now trying to find ways to merge my automotive experience with coaching, and that's also giving me confidence because I felt like I'm feeling like I don't have to start from scratch. I can actually utilize all of my experience. So I'm tapping into this now within myself to build on this confidence. It's not 100% there yet, but I'm working on it for sure.
That's amazing. Wow, this is really, really inspiring. Like, thank you for sharing. I'm sure that you're gonna inspire also many people. And with all your experience, you know, like something that I truly believe is that our experience made our beauty, let's say, and also the things good or bad, it's become our medicine. And when we share it, so now you're doing like a coaching, you can also heal other people who are experienced this. So yeah,
Yeah.
really nice. And also the confidence of changing this is also really hard. And I'm sure a lot of people they don't have the courage, but you did. So congratulations also for it.
Thank you.
Someone would like to share? I will just stop here and then see you here. Stop sharing. So Martin or Oya, like I see the others, they are also watching, but you can also connect. You don't need to put the camera if you don't want, if you don't feel safe with that. Okay. So, but what I have prepared is like ways that sorry, I don't manage to enable the video. Ah, we have Elizabeth. Ah, okay,
Oh,
Diana, maybe you can you know, like change your browser. Maybe this is the problem with the video. But if you don't have the video, no problem. You can do. Can you talk? But anyways, so Elizabeth, would you like to share a moment of confidence?
uh, there's nothing specific really, but I've gone through some hard times as well because I moved country. So I'm originally from Hungary, but I actually moved to Australia in 2006. So I continued my career over there. I lived there for 13 years. And yeah, that was really difficult time. It's a new language, no new environment, everything. But yeah, I've gone through the hard time, gained some confidence, and yeah, I realized that I had to be myself and did some self-development as well. And then after 13 years, I actually moved back to Hungary and found myself in a new industry, which is automotive. And although it was my my mother country, but still I felt I'm in a totally new environment in a new era. And yeah, again, although I always worked in male-oriented businesses, again I find myself in a in a group of people where just only males. So yeah, I've been working for this company for 3 years now, and yeah, slowly again I'm building my confidence up. So there's nothing specific I could share, but I think you just need to be persistent and yeah, just accept the fact that we're not different. It's like, yeah, we are, but in a way that there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share, that it is possible. I think it's just yeah, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, like all the moves that we do, you're getting out your comfort zone. So like speaking, like, okay, in Hungary, I think you also speak already English, but it's Hungarian that normally speak, and then now you are in a new country, in a new culture, so it's totally different. And this is a big challenge. And the fact that you already did this move, it's super brave of you as well.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, neither.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Diana.
Hello.
Hello.
I was
would you like to
listening.
share?
Actually, I'm based in France, but my origins are Bulgarian, and I see that it's very multicultural.
Yes.
Thanks for the session.
Do you like it? Do you have any questions as well? We can also come back to these slides and see again the things. But Diana, would you like to share a moment where you were really confident?
Well, on my side, I think in order to feel myself confident, first of all, so my work, I'm providing training sessions, I'm consulting customers, and I feel confident when I feel prepared. So, I mean, well prepared, maybe sometimes too much prepared, but yeah, I need to be prepared for the meeting, for the training, and if I'm prepared, it goes well. And I mean, when I see it works fine, how I feel myself. For instance, I will take a recent example. I have just finished a training session, and when I see that attendees understand the messages, they ask good questions, I'm confident that what I did makes sense, it was clear. Yeah.
That's nice.
So it makes
Like
this. Yeah, I'm managing to provide good work.
Like I think it's also part of the like feeling confident is also sometimes in the beginning we're gonna over prepare ourselves, right? But with the time you realize, okay, I don't need to over prepare it, it's already enough. But the more we do that, the discipline that you're saying, that repeating the process again and again also make us to feel more confident. So like confident, it's like an ability that needs to work every day a little bit and try to enlarge a little bit your comfort zone. But you're never gonna become like experts on what you're experts if you never try, do the first step. So like Maya said, that she become like a coach. So for example, today she's one coach, but in 2 years, 3 years, she has much more experience and she will become better and better. So there is no other way to,
I completely agree with you. More experience you have, more confident you can be, actually.
Yeah.
But do you guys think, I mean, there is such thing as you said, Roberta, just not really getting out of the comfort zone. I think I was hiding behind my coaching education for the past year and a half, and I could have done a lot more, but I felt like I needed to be ready. But I think we never feel quite ready. At some point, we just
until you try it. Until you try it, yeah.
I totally agree. But like as some things that like your under blockers or your belief system, the things that a lot of times also starts in our childhood, the things that we listen block us, and then we need to look more critically, say, okay, actually this not makes sense for me anymore. And I think this momentum can comes with experience, but also with being confronted to other points of view. So I'm Brazilian, and then I moved to Europe, And then like in German, for example, you have this thing with the time. And that people need to be on time. And in Brazil, if you're on time, it's not so nice. And then I was confronted, okay, what Roberta really believes and what was the culture that really imposed you. And then I think with this, you also reflect and you can build up your new beliefs, let's say. So
I can relate to that.
And you, Hete, would you like to share a little bit, a moment that you were confident?
Yeah, I think from what we were just talking about, one of the things for me, I do a lot of athletics judging. So kind of track and field, mainly field events, so the throws and jumps. And I got selected a while ago to judge at the Olympics when it was in London. And it was the first time I'd done a kind of really big, major international event on that scale. And kind of walking into the stadium, one of my first reactions actually was the stadium's not as big as I thought it was going to be. And I think in my mind, I'd built it up to something that was a lot bigger than actually it was. And I think then kind of going in and realizing that maybe it wasn't going to be quite as scary moving forward. So having that bit of time to prepare in advance, getting to know kind of your environment and where you're going to be can sometimes help. And then also getting ready to go out and judge for the first time and that kind of thing was just remembering that this is something that I've done a lot of times, just in a different environment and at different levels, right from sort of local club level meetings right up to sort of national meetings within the UK. And it's just kind of, I think, remembering that a lot of times we've actually done some of these things before, but maybe not in the exact circumstances that we're going into. And we've got a lot of transferable skills that can move from kind of one environment to another. I think sometimes that can help with the confidence a little bit, because I think a lot of the time you doubt yourself because it all feels very new. But if you can find something to latch onto that maybe isn't so new and that you've done before and you did well and you've got the confidence from that, this is just maybe the next step up in that respect.
That's true.
That's so true.
Nice. It's so inspiring as well. Well,
Guys, I just finished reading a book yesterday, and it's this Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And it's an amazing, amazing book. So if you guys don't know it, it's amazing, really. I 100% recommend it.
It's really nice. And you, Martin, would you like to share a moment of confidence?
Yeah, I just wrote it in the chat. I do something similar to Maya. I have a coaching studies or something like this, and I started to do coaching in March this year. After the work, I'm still in automotive, and I do it part-time, let's say. And I had a not so easy session with a friend of mine. He was, yeah, let's say he asked a lot and he was a little bit critical before. And 1 week later, this was on Tuesday. He gave me a very good feedback regarding this coaching session that he said it changed so much, and not only mental stuff but also physical stuff, and yeah, this was a good feeling for me because the session was not so easy.
That's amazing. And it's like that's why it's also important to receive feedback, but also to ask feedback, right? Because most of the time, sometimes people, they don't dare to give the feedback, even they found it was good. And then when you ask them, that you open up to then also to give you a gift, let's say, of saying, okay, well, I thought it was good. Or even when it's something that's less good, you can also work on. We should not be afraid of asking feedback. You know, this is also something that can develop our confidence. I think. But also, like, be like us, also be someone who make others also more confident. You know, like yeah, try to bring up this light. Okay, if you like something, also tell people that you like, or that I think everybody likes it, and it brings this a good feeling. So sometimes we like even just a smile to someone can really change the day of that person. It's like, oh, okay, you know, like these little things. And also something that I would like to share is that, so for example, sometimes we also feel that we cannot make any change where we are at the moment. You know, we feel powerless and we say, okay, but I don't know, I study engineer and I cannot help other people. It would what I would thought, you know, like what an engineer is like giving a workshop about confidence, let's say. But I said, okay, I can do it. I can also inspire other people with my stories, that being the first women in my department, and also overcome all the things with the culture and the language, learning new language, trying to increase my abilities and capacities. You know, this is also something that we should don't underestimate this. Like, try to look back in all the things that you did. So here we share different ways of being confident, and I'm sure that you have much more moments that you say, oh my God, I did super good and I feel like a superwoman or superman, or I don't know, like you were proud of what you did. But it's also not every day the same. Like your happiness, like your level of confidence, it's not the same every day. But you should. That's why the discipline, it's so important. Like doing a little bit each day, you know, in the direction of what you want. So, for example, Martin, today you are doing it outside your work hours, and you're keeping your work. Maybe your plan in the future could be 100% coach, and then, you know, but sometimes people, they don't even dare to start doing it. And I think that nowadays the companies, they're also changing, and they are giving more space to people to express more who they are, like diversity. It's not just a buzzword, but I think they're really trying to bring up more initiatives. And like here, the Women Automotive, it's like a great platform to also get to know other people, like getting out your comfort zone, having like different experience. Because I think when we are sharing here, we are really enriching ourselves, right?
Yep. And I got to know Maya, who did a step with the coaching 100%.
Yes. So Oya, I see that Oya is also here. Like, would you like to also to share?
Hello, everyone. From my side, my situation is a little bit similar to Elizabeth's story. I actually moved to Germany last year from Turkey, and I really got out of my comfort zone. So, and it's a new working culture for me, a new language. Also, English is not so easy for me. Plus, for that, I'm trying to learn some German. But I could say that day by day, I become more confident because of probably the knowledge of my experience and the sharings, collaborations with my colleagues and their encourages. Yeah, I think that's all from my side.
It's amazing. Like sometimes we also underestimate this, like learning a new language is so tough, and you already know your correct one, and then you need to express yourself in a new language, and you have the feeling that you are not good enough, or you don't have vocabulary enough, or you could be more inspiring or more confident. This is also something that a lot of people say, especially that now we are more and more being confronted with colleagues from all over the world, let's say. But the thing is, the more you practice and don't be afraid of making the mistakes. It was about the book that Maya showed, right? Don't fear, right? Don't have this fear. It's really just doing it, and I think the confidence is really something that you should work every day. And despite you are not 100%, like Diana said, in the beginning I was like really overdoing it, right? We having a tendency of doing a lot and preparing a lot, and like I'm also like this a little bit perfectionist. And then like something that I tried was the Pareto. I had the idea that like all presentations that I was doing, I said I do like let's say until 70 or 80%, and then the 20% I was losing so much time to make it perfect, and to will never reach 100%. And then this really makes us lose our time, lose our energy, lose our confidence, let's say, because we don't feel good about it. But we just learn doing. So like trying, and don't be afraid. And I'm sure that you're gonna be speaking better and better, because we can just improve, right? We cannot be worse. So someone would like to share more? Someone is Mariana. Mariana is coming.
Yeah, maybe a comment on my side. Can I? Yes. I mean, I realize that if I am too prepared, actually you're losing to be spontaneous when you talk. And actually what is really touching the people is when you are yourself. Even though you make some mistakes, there are some rough stuff, but if you are too prepared, you read, you learn everything what you need to say. You are not, you does not really involve yourself, and this is what is getting others' attention. Your personality. Yeah. So I realized this, and now it's better to be well prepared, but be yourself and spontaneous. Because everyone is the same. I mean, everyone is difficult for everyone, so they can understand that at some moment maybe there is something you didn't prepare very well. It's human.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mariana, you would like to say something?
I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excelente. So yes, I'm not thinking about like a concrete example regarding where do I feel the confident the most, but mainly as someone else was mentioning. So when I present something and I feel really proud of my work, of how I explain and how I defended my point of views. So I'm also in Audi, but in Audi Mexico, and it's it's men the mostly in every meeting, in every gremium. So all the bosses, well, not all the bosses, but 95% of the bosses is just men everywhere. So yeah, I can feel really good when I can present the topic and like defend my team. And also when I do it at German, because the topic of the language is, so once you are like past the first barrier, I mean, my German is not perfect, it's far from perfect, but I already feel confident in it. And I think it gives you a little plus to say, okay, I can stand up for my team, I can stand up for my topics, and I can do it in German, in English, and of course in Spanish. So yes, that would be my example. It's not easy. So I work with a team of only men. I have the coordination of my area. It's also mostly men. I receive 3 new women this year, but it's difficult. So leading a team of men as a woman and as a young woman, let's say. So yeah, it's a challenge. Some days are difficult, and yeah, you need to try and keep on preparing. And that's it.
Like one thing that I totally feel what you say, and also one thing that yeah, I learned myself, it was that don't expect people understand you when you're the minority, let's say. Like sometimes we have this tendency of like saying, okay, I would like why the guys don't understand me, or they don't listen, or and then you can be dramatic, or anyways, you can even exclude yourself because you say, okay, I don't belong to this place, I don't feel unique, the metrics that we saw in the beginning. But actually sometimes explaining people how do you feel and what are important for you, in an open conversation or in a coffee, can be really beneficial. And don't expect people understand you if you don't explain them. That's why I also think it's important in the companies they train the managers, because you said like 95% are men, but they should also be trained in unconscious bias, or like having a mixed team, or many things. That how can you expect people to understand this if they were never confronted, or it was never an issue to them? Of course, a lot of people have empathy, so this is good, but yeah, most of them, like like before getting out from Brazil, when I saw someone from abroad, okay, like I have this empathy of being nice and etc., but I didn't know how hard it was to the person to learn the new language, to talk to me in Portuguese, let's say. And sometimes, when you're speaking German, I think a lot of people would say, wow, you speak a good German, or understood. But I think the sometimes have a realizing that like to say, okay, wow, I did it. And also to like having other people understanding how hard is it, it's much easier to also to include and to say, wow, you did a good work, and give feedback, and then makes you even feel more confident for the next challenge or the next time. So this is also something that the more we evolve, we can also try to be this change to people around us. Like something that I read the other day is like leadership is a privilege. We should take care of what we do with it, right? Because we influence. So now you have like 3 new women in your team, and then you can encourage you, if even that you didn't have this encouragement before, or if you had, but you can like having a good impact in people's lives in your level at the moment. And the more you grow, you can also having more and more impact. And what Diana said before about authenticity, I think this is really the key of not losing our uniqueness to belong to a place and then having this adaptation, but the other way around, like show up who you are, and then people, they connect to people, like more and more we have artificial intelligence, we have so many new data which is coming up, but like robots, we cannot code them to have feelings, you cannot code them to have empathy, so this is really something that we should keep in mind. And also to our relationships and finding our superpowers, asking people what we are good at, having feedback. It's all little things that we can do. And even a day that you don't feel good about like at work, you can also ask a colleague to take a coffee, take a break, and then just recharge. We are humans, we are not robots, and we should remind this every day. And that's okay if you're not a top of your confidence every day, but you can try to change with this attitude to say, okay, I will keep doing. And yeah, I'm so glad that you have come, that we got the opportunity to get to know each other. Like, I feel super happy, and I hope you also feel this energy, and all our stories somehow connected like a patchwork, let's say. And I hope that you got this energy from the session. You could, bring this up